Morning, BSB. Sorry I'm late. It's James from the Catalysis Group. So this quick show this morning, for those tuning in, is about automating your payments and a little bit about the payment experience, in my opinion, of where people need to focus their attention in terms of getting paid by their customers. Now, we see a lot of questions in the group around people recommending different platforms such as Square or Stripe or whatever potentially that they're using. But what I wanted to quickly highlight, I guess, is a couple of caveats when you're thinking about your payment experience, and then we're going to go into touching on how to automate some of those payment experiences. So depending on the type of business that you are, this is something that we can you can consider for your business. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Now, importantly, each payment experience is different. Not every business is the same, and there is not a one-size-fits-all payment solution out there for your business. Now, while there are definitely better experiences for different industries, and a lot of businesses can utilize those, it's not something that you should just literally take up what other people use. Think about your customers and how they might want to pay you and the experience you want to give them when they're handing over their hard-earned money to you. It is one of probably the most important times in the customer journey for you is when they actually hand over money to you. So you want to make it seamless, easy, really disconnected in terms of, you don't want to create frustration or emotion when they're handing over money. And so here's a couple of tips. So high-end and low-end transaction values are different. Make sure you're updating any legacy hardware systems. So there's a lot of great new payment experiences coming out in facilities, and a lot of that's built off whether it's advancements in NPP technology here in Australia, or simply just better access to API technology. So if you've got an old hardware or software solution, think about upgrading, because integrating your payment experience and not slowing people down at the point of checkout is really important. And finally, start with your end consumer in mind and work your way back from there. So, if someone is to spend money with you, how do you want them to feel and think when they are spending money? So I'm just going to continue to sort of touch through now on a few options that we have available to you. Now, this isn't a be-all, end-all, fit-all for everyone, but there are a couple like little tips and tricks. Now, most of you will hopefully use some form of invoicing software. We utilize Xero. We have customers for QuickBooks, customers for MyOb, all great things. But one of the key pieces that you want to make sure is you've got an easy way for someone to pay you when you send them an invoice and they look at that invoice. The great thing about Xero is it has a little green Pay Now button. And under invoice settings, there's a nice little feature here where sometimes it's set up for you, sometimes your bookkeeper set it up for you, but other times it potentially isn't. And it's a great way to really personalize the follow-up and automation experience when sending money. So under invoices, so under settings, invoice settings, and then invoice reminders, you'll see an option here that email customers when an invoice is, and you can change this. So it could be overdue by or due in. So you want to send the invoice 3 days before it's due, or due in 1 day. And this will send them an email advising them that the invoice is due. Potentially you want to then send them a follow-up if they haven't paid it. And you can customize this if you want to insert placeholders based off contact fields in Xero, such as the person's first name. Really good too. Personalize what you when you're sending them an email. But you can also include any form of wording that you see fit. So if you've got a great wordsmith in your business, or you've got access to one in the group, make this fun, make this engaging. But the key is you can use the Pay Now button. So at the Catalysis Group, we have pinch facilities, so people can pay via credit card or debit card to pay our invoice, or simply transfer us the balance. But it's important to give them options. Once that's saved, you can then add further reminders so it can be overdue by 30 days. If you're getting up to 30 days, then chances are we need to reconsider how you're asking for payment. My personal opinion is paying someone via a BSB account number is a really frustrating experience. I have to log into my internet banking. I have to enter, anywhere from 12 to 20 digits, and then enter the amount, and then also double check that I entered it right. There could be bounce back. So personally, I hate paying by BSB account number. Give me a pay now button where potentially my card details are securely saved in my computer, or let me securely store my payment details with you as a business. Now, if you do offer that solution, make sure it's secure. You can obviously include your PDFs, everything like that. And look, if you've got some larger, as I said, if you've got some real or small value tickets that you don't want to send, or you don't want to send them invoices for anything smaller, you can put this little checkbox in here and obviously add replies. So that's a nice little tip. Another function you could look at if you're a coaching business or consulting, or you've got an online part of your business where you're taking payment bookings for jobs, you can look at setting up subscriptions. Anything that might be recurring, you could set up a subscription in Stripe. It's a nice, easy way. You can also raise some invoices. And so, or raise quotes. So it's a nice, easy way for you to utilize a function and feature within Stripe. Now, the good thing about Stripe is that depending on your website capabilities, you can call on Stripe's API and use the power or your software or add-on within your website to create that subscription. So you can securely store credit card details with Stripe and call on those credit card details when you need to. Obviously, if you've got an online checkout, really simple, easy, seamless experiences are really important. So make sure it's easy for someone to check out. You don't want them to pause them or hold them at checkout. You also don't want to be reminding them for payment. It's something that they should, be in the excitement of buying something from you. The final one I want to sort of highlight is pinch payments. It's how we take a lot of our engagements and payments. So they've got a great little feature called plans and subscriptions here. You can generate an invoice per payment, or you can create a single invoice and break it down into multiple payments, or you can break down an existing invoice if you need to. But here you can utilize your templates within Xero or QuickBooks. You can choose your chart of accounts. You can create a plan name, so something that's meaningful to you, but then you also got a display name, so something that's meaningful and engaging with your customers. So you can add fixed payments. So you might take, a fixed payment immediately upon activation. It might be $100 or $1,500 or $150 immediate fee, which is getting started. And then after a period of time, you might take a recurring payment. Or alternatively, if you're a project-based business, you could set up an automatic to schedule another fixed payment after 15 days. And this could be your second installment. And this automatically, when a customer signs up to you, they'll take the 150, and then it'll automatically follow on to take the final 150. And depending on how you break down your jobs, if it's 3 payments, you can choose your final installment. Now, this is great for marketing agencies who are wanting to, hold customers and payments and manage cash flow, or it's great for any sort of project-based business that wants to be able to control the payment timelines, and also, I guess, encourage people to participate with you in your project build, because some projects can blow out. So this is a great little feature that helps you automate the follow-up of your payments, but also make it easy for your customer. So feel free to, if you do have any questions, add them in the comments below. We will answer any comments that you do have for us. So feel free to leave that there, or also subscribe to Brisbane Small Businesses YouTube channel or my YouTube channel. And stay tuned for other helpful tips. that we've got for you. Have a great day, BSB.